The dark truth about desire. Why you want who hurts you. A gentle starting point. Let's begin with kindness. If you have ever found yourself drawn to someone who was clearly wrong for you, you are not broken. You are simply human. Attraction is not just a spark of chance. It is a deep and sometimes confusing message from the hidden parts of your mind. Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." These words remind us that what feels like destiny may actually be an old story repeating itself. When your heart races and your thoughts circle endlessly around one person, it feels like chemistry. Yet Jung would gently ask, what inside you is speaking so urgently right now? The shadow behind the spark. Jung described the shadow as the parts of ourselves we try to hide: fear, neediness, anger, tenderness, and longing. These pieces do not vanish when ignored. They wait. Then someone enters our life and suddenly they are awakened. That electric feeling is often mistaken for soul-level connection, but many times it is simply the shadow whispering, "See me." He warned, what you most need will be found where you least want to look. Attraction is rarely random. It is a signal from what we have not yet faced. When we feel obsessed, it is often because our psyche is not choosing a partner but a mirror. Anima and animus in our hearts. Jung explained that every man carries an inner feminine image, the anima, and every woman carries an inner masculine image, the animus. These are not stereotypes, but emotional patterns built from early experiences and cultural stories. When we meet someone who mirrors these images, it can feel as if the missing piece of our soul has appeared. As Jung wrote, the meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. That transformation can nurture growth, but it can also trap us in projection. Instead of loving the person in front of us, we may fall in love with an inner image we have never integrated. How trauma shapes desire. Many people are not searching for love as much as they are searching for resolution. A child who longed for warmth may grow into an adult who is magnetically drawn to cold partners. The nervous system mistakes fear for passion and scarcity for value. Calm may even feel boring because peace is unfamiliar. Jung captured this truth when he said, "You do not have desires, you are the desire." We are shaped by what we crave, even when what we crave is tied to old pain. This is what therapists call repetition compulsion. The mind tries to finish an old story with a new actor. Imagine a successful adult who continually falls for emotionally distant partners. Each attraction is not about the new person, but about unconsciously trying to rewrite an unfinished story from childhood. Without awareness, the cycle repeats. Seduction as power. In our culture, performance often brings reward. Some people learn to use sexuality as strategy. This does not make them cruel, but it does lead to relationships built on control rather than love. Jung observed, where love rules, there is no will to power. Where power predominates, love is lacking. When attraction turns into a contest for control, intimacy becomes performance. Intensity without honesty is not passion. It is a play that leaves both people empty. Love versus obsession. How can we tell the difference between love and obsession? By looking at what it does to us. Obsession thrives in confusion. It grows in fog and fear. Love grows in light. If you find yourself chasing, hiding, or losing your dignity, it is likely the shadow speaking. If you feel safe enough to be open and are still chosen, that is love. Practical, compassionate steps. 1. Notice what triggers your desire. Write down the exact cues and connect them to earlier memories. 2. Slow the pace. Let time reveal if attraction can survive outside of intensity. 3. Allow space to remain. Do not run after every silence. 4. Speak your shadow out loud. Say, "My shadow tries to get love by," and notice the pattern. 5. Practice choosing calm. If steadiness feels dull, remember it may be peace you are not used to. 6. Protect your dignity. Any relationship that asks you to beg, hide, or betray yourself is not love. Individuation. Learning to choose. Jung described individuation as the lifelong process of bringing the conscious and unconscious together. He called it the privilege of a lifetime to become who you truly are. In relationships, individuation means we stop expecting others to complete us and begin to choose them with clarity. When projection ends, freedom begins. Love becomes the quiet meeting of two whole people who know their shadows and refuse to hide them. A gentle conclusion. The darkest truth about attraction is not that people are unkind. It is that our unconscious uses desire to repeat unfinished stories. Without awareness, we call this fate. With awareness, we call it choice. Attraction is not a sentence, it is a message. When we listen with compassion, we can transform compulsion into clarity. The goal is not to silence desire, but to understand it. And when we do, love shifts from a chain into a gift. Real love does not trap you, it frees you.